Well, good Wednesday morning, everyone. It is April 24th and a gorgeous day at that. Welcome into the show. It's the Real Monica Adams Show, and I am your host, Monica Adams. Thrilled to have you along with us. Brought to you by our friends at Invita Health and Wellness. And we thank each and every one of you for signing on. Remember to share the love. So let everybody know that if they're not on Facebook, we are also on YouTube for them. We're on Instagram, we are on X, and we are on Rumble right now. And we have quite a show for you this morning. I want you to think of your own life when you hear the story of this beautiful girl today, because I want you to think of your children, yourself. Have you ever been told you can't do something and then you dream beyond that? Right? We've talked about this a lot in the last year. Never let somebody put you in the corner. Never let someone bully you and let them have power over you. You're going to hear that through the inspiration today and an incredible collaboration that has taken place. I'm thrilled. I can't wait to meet her in person next week. We'll get a chance to do that, as will you. So as you're signing on this morning, let us know where you're watching from. If you're a brand new viewer, would love to know that as well. Let's start off with our What the Weather. We don't have Beckett Moore this morning. He should be joining us later this week as we get into some severe weather. But let's talk about the beautiful aspect today. 70 for a high. We've got the sun shining. Some of you, though, still dealing with a little fog this morning, or some of you with a lot of fog. You could barely see the camera around 44 in Eureka and Valley Park. So be aware that should be lifting here within the next hour. But if you are getting ready to head out and you're in that area, know that it is really dense fog. Then 70 degrees for the high today. I do want you to be weather aware as we head into the weekend. So you should see 60s for tomorrow with some partly cloudy skies. And then it's Friday and Sunday in particular that you need to watch for. Friday, 2 possible rounds of severe weather. And we are talking yet again, we're into spring, right? So thunderstorms, could be hail, could there be a tornado? These are all possibilities. We're still a few days out from that, but just know that Friday and Sunday are the days to be really weather aware. There's rain in the forecast also on Saturday, but not that unsettled pattern. And again, coming up on Sunday, there could be some severe weather again. So as we get closer into Friday, we'll check back in with our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore, and we'll see the timeline of all of that. As far as news you can use, so we've been following this whole aspect of TikTok, and I know a lot of your kids and your grandkids are on that platform. Well, it's actually moving another step closer in Congress to the possible ban. Could that be gone completely for your kids? This will be an interesting one that we've been following. No complete movement into that yet, but it is another step forward. And if your kids are on Tinder, there's a new safety aspect that they will be adding to that app. This is actually a really good thing. What it'll allow you to do if you are, again, on Tinder, or your kids are, or your grandkids are, that they will have a safety feature to share their location, where the date is, a picture of the person that they're meeting. I think this is all very good movement to help that out, again, from a safety aspect. We all got to be safe. We all have to lean on each other and keep each other safe and know that we're there for each other. Really not a whole heck of a lot else that I think you really want to start with your positivity day. There's a lot of horrible things going on in our world, as we know, but we don't want to put that into your mind. We just want to move forward with positivity. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. I want you to look at this. Kendra Scott giving back to Special Olympics with that beautiful girl right there on the right. That's Grace Strobel. Have you heard about her? If not, she's from St. Louis, Missouri. When I was at Channel 2 and Channel 5, I remember us doing a story on Grace and her mother, beautiful woman as well, Linda. We're going to talk about the collaboration that they're doing with Kendra Scott. And if you've never been to the local Kendra Scott store, here's a little preview I took yesterday walking in. This is at Plaza Frontenac. You'll get an opportunity to come there next week. We'll break that all down for you, how you can purchase some beautiful things for yourself. Don't forget Mother's Day right around the corner. So maybe dads and kids go in and shop for moms and then see the collaboration that Kendra Scott has done with Linda and Grace. We're going to have them on with us when we return.
Invita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Invita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Invita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Invita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment, or online invitahealthandwellness.com.
I will.
Welcome back to the Real Monica Adams Show. We promised that we would have Grace and Linda Strobel on with us. We also have Megan Noble. Megan is with the Kendra Scott store, and we're going to talk all about this beautiful collaboration. But first of all, ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
Let's go and talk a little more in depth about, first of all, how proud we are, St. Louis, Missouri's own. Linda, let me start with you. First of all, how did it all come about that Grace got involved in modeling?
Well, actually,
Yeah.
do you want to tell them?
You want to talk? Oh, good, thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
like, how did you get involved in modeling?
I got involved modeling because I went to when I was researching to make the Grace effect. I saw an article of Down syndrome. There was a model, so I asked my mom it could be a model. She said, "Oh, see why not?"
Right.
Yeah.
So
And so let's do this, Grace. So we started on this amazing journey that brought me here today.
Yep. So originally, Grace was speaking to schools about kindness, respect,
Yeah.
belonging, because there was an episode where she had been bullied pretty badly at school, and it very much devastated her. Grace has always been a very positive, upbeat person, and we really never looked at Grace first with Down syndrome. We looked at Grace as a person, and we taught her to believe in herself and feel good about herself. And so when that happened, I was thinking, how are we going to help her move beyond this, get past it? And I said, Grace, sometimes people fear what they don't understand. And so we decided, I said, do you want to help kids understand what it's like to have struggles?
Oh, yeah.
What it's like to have Down syndrome. And so she and I together put together a presentation called The Grace Effect. And we went through schools giving this presentation. So after that, when she was researching that, just like she said, she saw another girl with Down syndrome, and she said, "Mom, can I try that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." Right?
Oh, yeah.
So we
I
started
love
on this amazing journey. Yep.
Oh my gosh, she has, and it has been quite a journey. I mean, we are talking about her representing some major brands, and hey, hello, she meets Rihanna. I mean,
Yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah.
How amazing was that, Grace?
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
It was so fun.
It was
That
so
night
fun.
was so incredible. Yeah.
So you are a worldwide model. What does that mean to you, Grace?
Well, I love it. So I love it. It's so fun. I love to travel a lot, and then meeting new people.
Get a chance to meet new people and get all pretty and beautiful, right? They do your hair and makeup and pretty clothes.
Yeah.
And your nails. I love to follow
thank
Grace
you.
on Instagram.
Oh, thank
You
you.
love getting your nails done?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Grace, let me ask you this. What does it mean to you to be a role model?
Oh, if you're awesome, I think my modeling and speaking show is possible, and it helps others to believe in themselves.
Yes, and that's the big message that we have. If you're just tuning in again, Grace and Linda, we're talking about believing in yourself and then having other people look at the amazing things that you can do and inspire them. You know, the Grace Effect has really taken off. What are you most proud of, Grace, with the Grace Effect, the kindness that you're spreading?
Let's see. Do you like it when people come up to you and know who you are?
Oh, yeah.
And the recognition?
Oh, yeah.
I think too, I think just the fact that parents reach out all the time and just say, thank you so much for spreading awareness, because, not only are we affecting this generation, but we're hoping to affect future generations that, a disability is not a dirty word, and we're all worthy, and we should all be valued and respected. And really, that's why
and to feel included.
Yeah, and to feel included and belong with everybody else. So I think that's what makes us happiest, is that we started in to make a positive change, and we started with the speaking, and then it went into the modeling, and she's reaching a much larger base, and it just brings down people's fears. If you've never experienced somebody with a disability, it's like, hey, Grace is like everybody else. She has a great life, right?
Yeah.
You know, Linda, I think that is so powerful what you said, because that is what we see in the bullying aspect of life. It's all the unknown, and people they're so uncomfortable in their own skin that they don't know how to act. So they lash out in ways that become so bullied in person, on social media. And I love that you were there to protect her, a very rough, but she turned. I mean, that's the thing. The beautiful part of this story is you turn what could be such a horrible thing into what we're all watching now. I mean, people are following her all over the world and watching how she's turned a negative into a beautiful positive and become a role model for so many, which is incredible. For you, what are you most proud of with her, Linda?
You know, I think I'm so proud of how hard she's worked. I'm proud of everything that she's accomplished, because I know how hard she's worked to get here. You know, when you have a disability, it is, you know, a bit of a struggle to do things. You can do them. It takes longer. When we did the Grace Effect, she practiced for like 8 months, like almost every single day before we started giving presentations.
Sure.
And I just think, you know, I'm proud of everything that she's become, because I know the struggles that she's had to get there. And I know, you know, her joy is just spreading to people, and it just makes people relax and enjoy who she is, you know.
And we're looking at pictures right now. One of the latest, and again, when you follow Grace, and I want you to do that on social media, you will see all the wonderful things that she's been able to do. But the latest is this collaboration with Kendra Scott. So, Grace, tell me how excited you are to be involved with Kendra Scott.
Well, because I do love Kendra Scott. It's my favorite jewelry. And then I love what Kendra Scott stands for: diversity, inclusion, and beauty.
Absolutely. And, you know, we've been looking at some of the pictures. I'm actually wearing some pieces today. I know you have all been photographed in all these as well. The other part, Linda and Grace, is that there will be proceeds given to the Special Olympics. How excited are you about that?
It's awesome. You know, we like this. Have you been in the Special Olympics before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What have you done?
I've done softball, track.
Yep. So we think it's an awesome, amazing organization. And we're so happy to be able to, you know, name this organization to give back to, because it helps so many people feel included and belong, and challenge people, you know, to rise above what their challenges are, and just to be a part of a group. So, yeah, we're happy for that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking, by the way, how you can donate 20% to the Special Olympics, either in store next week when you can come and meet that beautiful girl, do a meet and greet with Grace and Linda. We'll all be there actually at the Plaza Frontenac location. This will be next Thursday. We'll tell you all about that. When you do these speaking engagements, afterwards, I'm sure there's probably a lot of emotion that takes place, Linda, right? And Grace, I'm sure that it's the shift when it's the unknown, uncomfortable, and then she speaks, and then it becomes, well, she's just like us. Is that what you hear a lot, Linda?
Absolutely. And that's the coolest thing. Like, well, we're talking about, like, after your presentations, everybody wants to come up and greet her and give you high fives and hug you and look at her nails, and it's everybody. And, you know, they're middle schoolers and elementary school, and, you know, they're boys, they're girls, everybody, you know, it's just that uneasiness comes down, and they see Grace for Grace.
Yes, and that's the biggest thing that we want to do. I want to get some comments coming in for you. Linda Eckert says, "You are awesome, Grace. Inside and out, you are just beautiful."
Thank you.
Yes, and then people are saying, "What a great message." Good morning, Grace. Diane Isbell, who is a wonderful designer, the hats by Diane. She said, "I know Grace. We have been in several fashion shows together. She has modeled my designs. She is amazing." So she's watching you right now, Grace.
Diane, remember the Diane where we went for Ola and you got to wear her hats?
Oh, yes, very fun.
Yeah.
Abby's watching right now. Abby Stahlschmidt said, "Love this beautiful girl." And Linda just said, thank you, Grace, for what you are doing. You are such an inspiration. It warms my heart. That is the biggest thing. And I know Grace has to get off to school, by the way, so we're not going to keep her too long. But Grace, what do you want to say to the world to spread more kindness to them?
Oh yeah. Let no one tell you what you can or cannot achieve. Push those boundaries and live.
I just love her. I can't wait to give you a big
thank you.
And Linda, for you, to anybody that's watching that has a child that has Down syndrome and they think, oh, my kid can't do this, what do you want to say to them?
I think that if we always keep the bar down here, they will always keep hitting down here. If we keep the bar up, and nobody knows where anybody, no matter if you have a disability or not, where we're going to, what we're going to do in life. And so I think perspective is huge. I think, if you go into it, because there's modifications, there's all different kinds of ways to meet a goal. You don't have to do it like everybody else, but you can get there. And even if you don't get 100%, if you get 70%, that's so much better than 20%. I just think, and I think all of our kids, no matter if you have a disability or not, have gifts and talents that they can share to the world. Grace is modeling and speaking, and she likes to share her joy with people. It could be something else. It could be, you're a really good hostess. You're a really good, you work with kids. It doesn't matter. All of our kids have value and worth, and we're just proud of them.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is the biggest message of the show. And I love that you just said it. Every single person walking the face of this earth has to know their value. And when they do, it's such a beautiful blossoming thing that actually takes place. Before we wrap up, I'm going to bring Megan back into this with us. Megan Noble is with Kendra Scott. How excited are you to have Grace representing your brand?
Nice.
Monica, we are so thrilled. We've known Grace here. Our St. Louis team has worked with her for almost 2 years, and she is just such a bright light in this community. So we are thrilled to have both Grace and Linda be a part of our Mother's Day campaign and to be able to partner with them to support Special Olympics.
Yes. Linda, what have been some of your favorite pieces? I mean, you're wearing some right now. I know it just makes you feel beautiful, doesn't it?
It does. We love them.
Oh yeah.
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 Oh yeah. Well, Grace has got her, what is it, purple?
Yeah.
The purple one, and then this little, I don't know if you can see it.
Gem.
Yeah. We love this little, it's got all these different colors, a little choker.
Oh yeah.
And then I have on the Mother's Day, the green, this is what we wore in the shoot.
Yes.
And it's a really pretty green, and then as well as the serpentine necklace. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah.
And the earrings too.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to show some of those pieces. We're going to talk a little more in depth about Kendra Scott, the wonderful philanthropy that Kendra does, and how she's giving back. So, Grace, I'm going to let you have one final message to everybody. What do you want to tell them about what we're doing for next week?
Oh, yeah. What's up? Everybody say hello. And then right now, I can't wait to see you.
I can't wait to see you and meet you.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Grace and Linda, thank you so much. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day and cannot wait to meet you next week.
We can't wait to meet you either.
Yeah,
Stop by and say hello. We can't wait.
We can't wait.
All right, everybody, stay with us. We're going to tell you where you can meet Grace and Linda and myself next week, right after the break. We need women to lift women up.
Let's do that.
Being on Monica's show, it was like one of the best interviews I've ever had.
Monica's very real, and she really cares about people.
She's changing lives.
Changing lives.
I think this is just really what people want to see.
Giving back so much to the community, and I really appreciate it.
Today, Monica was extraordinarily real, not only with me, but with her viewers and her listeners.
Made the interview process like talking to a friend.
Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a few weeks.
A.
A.
You're close.
Monica. Whoa.
So go out in this world and be anything you want to be. But before you do that, first, be kind.
Saw Ruby Lee in that promo. You can see her live in person on the 4th of July, the Ruby Lee concert at Defiance Ridge Vineyards. It's going to be a blast. Let's spend the holiday together and stick around for the dual fireworks. Right, that's fantastic. If you haven't purchased your tickets yet, you definitely want to do that. Well, welcome back. It is 7:20 and you're tuned in to the Real Monica Adams Show. Thank you so much again for being a part of the show today. We just had the beautiful Grace Strobel and her mother, Linda. Fell in love with them already just this way. Can't wait to meet them in person. Megan Noble is with Kendra Scott, and I know you're so excited. She's so beautiful. Beautiful soul inside and out.
Grace is just stunning. And I think everything that she does, every time you're around her, she radiates joy.
Yes.
And that is always beautiful.
Yes. So how did it all come about that you were able to collaborate with Grace?
So as I had mentioned before the break, our St. Louis team has been working with Grace for almost 2 years. And as you know, they had shared they're very giving and want to give back to the community. And so we actually connected to Grace through our philanthropy and being able to support causes that she's passionate about and raise some incredible money for organizations right here in St. Louis. And so it's just been wonderful to be able to partner with them. And then, they were able to take part in our National Mother's Day campaign. So Grace and Linda are the faces of our Community of Motherhood campaign, which, for St. Louis, that is so exciting. But I think just exciting for our brand nationwide.
When were these pictures taken?
So the shoots are done, well in advance. So it's kind of all under wraps until, the collection is released, the campaign is released. So they've had to, kind of keep it quiet for quite some time.
What a beautiful shoot. And you can just see, you hopefully could see that through the interview, but the respect, the love that they have for each other, the connection that they have is just absolutely beautiful. And, as you just mentioned, we're talking about moms and remembering the wonderful things that our mothers have done for us in this campaign. It is right around the corner, by the way. We don't want you to forget about moms. And besides, obviously, teaming up with Grace and Linda, there are so many beautiful moms that are in the campaign. I went into the color bar area, which we can talk about for those that have never been into the Kendra Scott store. But you can see all these pictures and the videos that are done. So it's the Kendra Scott store, and again, Mother's Day. So Linda was talking about the necklace. Was she talking about this one that she had on?
So there's the green little pendant necklace
Yes.
there. And that's the one that she and Grace were both wearing in the shoot.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought. So let's just go back for those that are not familiar with the story of Kendra. Tell us about Kendra Scott and how it all came about and her love to give back.
So Kendra actually started this company when she was a brand new mom. She was designing jewelry by hand in her spare bedroom and decided she was going to try to make a business out of this. Took her son in the baby carrier, went door to door to boutiques in Austin, Texas, selling that first collection, invested $500 to kind of build this business. And that was barely 22 years ago. And here we are. I think one of the things that, from day one was really important to Kendra was that the business was based on 3 things. Family is the first, both that she could spend time with her family, that our customers would feel like family, and, then fashion being the second, right? Clearly.
Yes.
Being innovative, being creative, and kind of remaining true to our style. And philanthropy is the third. And that actually came about. Kendra watched her stepfather battle and ultimately lose his battle with brain cancer.
Wow.
And that really drove her commitment to giving back, to doing good in her community. So from day one in the spare bedroom, our policy has been that we always have something to give. And so we're always looking for nonprofits and charities that we're able to support. Every single one of our stores across the country has a commitment to give back to their local community. So right here in St. Louis, we are always looking for organizations, whether it's through a product donation, maybe they're hosting an auction, or one of our Kendra Gives Back events like we're hosting with Grace.
Let me tell you what, Megan, again, if you're just tuning in, Megan Noble with Kendra Scott. I have auctioneered and emceed so many events, and at every one, I always see Kendra Scott jewelry being auctioned off, either in a silent auction or in a live auction. And so you can tell just how much she wants to give back.
Good. That means we're doing our job.
Yeah, you are.
I feel good about that. Absolutely. And I think, every single person who works for us, those values, are the lens through which we make every decision. Are we doing good in our community? Are we making someone's day? Did someone smile when they came in our store? Then great. We did our job today.
You did. And by the way, your staff is amazing. I had a chance to meet some of them yesterday. And I want to tell you this story, and all of you. There was a gentleman that came into the store and he said, "Tell me about all of this." And it was so funny. He was immersed in looking at everything, and he went straight to the front table and he said, so tell me about her. And he's pointing to Kendra's picture. And he said, "She's so young." And he said, "How did she do all this?" And then he kept saying, "Did she really explode after Shark Tank?" So a lot of people might ask that question.
Well, what's interesting is Kendra really sold wholesale for quite some time. And Nordstrom was really kind of one of the big first orders that she received. And she always tells the story about how she was still kind of tagging and ticketing everything on her dining room table. And she had one employee, and it was her mom. So, I think from the beginning, it's kind of been about, okay, we're going to make this work. We're going to build this business. And so Kendra now being on Shark Tank is so exciting because she sees herself in those entrepreneurs, and she knows what it's like to build a business out of your spare bedroom, and just kind of grow day by day, year by year. So I think that's been such an exciting thing for us and for our brand, to be able to kind of share what we do. But I think for Kendra to be able to support those entrepreneurs is very important too.
Absolutely. It's been quite a walk. And what would you think that the message she would want to get across to people that need to believe in themselves? There's so many people that watch this show. There are a lot of people that I life coach that are kind of going through the motions in life, and they feel this passion burning inside them that there's something bigger. And they're like, do I scratch that itch? Do I take the leap? What do you think she would say to them? Because again, if you look back over 2 decades ago in her house with her mom, tagging things on her own, would she have ever thought that it would go to the patience that it takes to be able to see it all unfold to this dream?
Yeah, I think, the message I've heard Kendra share over and over is kind of similar to the one we heard Grace share of, like, she said, when she hears the word no, she looks at it in a mirror, because no in a mirror is on, and it's game on. She's not gonna let someone tell her that she can't do something. And there were people, especially I think, given that she from day one wanted to be philanthropic, wanted to give back. People might have advised her to do that differently, and she said, "No, I'm going to do this my way, and I'm going to remain true to who I am." And when we opened our first store in Austin, Texas, on South Congress, people were lined up around the block because she had helped them.
Yeah.
"Oh, you had given us something for an auction. Oh, you supported my friend when she was in need." And I think if you do good and you put good out into the world, it will come back to you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said that, because I was literally going to follow saying, isn't that what life is about? The kinder we are, the more we draw that to us, that manifestation of, if I put this out there, will it come back to me? Tenfold, it's come back to Kendra. So we have a really cool event coming up, Megan, next week. And everybody will get a chance to meet Grace and Linda and myself in person. Will you be there?
Unfortunately, I will not. I'm very sad. Although I'm from St. Louis, I live in Wisconsin, so I'm not going to be able to be there in person.
But Jennifer Hill, who is the general manager, she'll be there, right?
Yes, she will.
Okay. And again, I mentioned earlier that you have a wonderful staff. So let's break down what's going to take place next Thursday.
Absolutely. So next Thursday at our store at Plaza Frontenac, we're located right next to Canyon Cafe. If you're familiar with Plaza Frontenac, you can come in from 4 to 6, meet Grace, Linda, Monica, and shop for good. So 20% of your purchase from that event will be donated to the Special Olympics on behalf of Linda and Grace. And we like to have a good time. So we'll have sips, sweets. It'll be a really fun time to just kind of mix and mingle, and shop for some beautiful jewelry, whether for yourself or maybe, a mom that you need to get a gift for. This is an awesome time to buy the gifts that you need and give back to a really important cause.
And Megan had mentioned when Kendra first opened her first store that there was this line. I would love to see that same type of a line out of the store, because we want to show not only do we support what Kendra's doing and the good she's giving back to the world, but I want you to flood the store to show Grace that you love the fact that she believed in herself. And also really the powerful message of her mother saying, you want to model? Let's do this. Instead of, as I think there's a lot of fear out there, Megan, of people who have children that have a disability, they have Down syndrome, whatever they believe might be holding them back, that they try to maybe shelter and protect them and feel like, oh, I don't want you to go out in the world, because if that happens, could there be more bullying and more hate thrown at them? Well, of course there could be, but she instead said, no, let's support you. I'm there with you. And let's show people that this is what you can do. I mean, I've looked at her pictures and the videos. She's just such a ray of light, isn't she?
Absolutely. And I love what Linda said about, none of us know what we're capable of, but we won't know if we don't try.
Yeah.
And so really just believing in the ability in each of us, whether you have a disability or not, is so important. And so, another reason that we're just so thrilled to partner with Linda and Grace. They're such incredible advocates, in the St. Louis community and worldwide. So it's just an awesome message that they have.
Is somebody there with you? I'm hearing this noise in the background.
That would be my dog upstairs.
Oh, we love it. It's just like during the pandemic.
He's a very excited golden retriever.
I didn't want anybody else to go, Monica, are you moving things around? It's not me. It's the dog.
No, that would be my dog.
And Megan, you heard my dogs in the beginning, right? They always want to be a part of the show.
They do. He wants his, 15 minutes of fame. I understand.
But that's why it's called The Real Monica Adams Show, because we want to be real.
Absolutely.
I want to look at some of the comments that came in. Again, people were saying, Linda, what a wonderful mom and person you are. Agree with that comment so much. Linda, love the phrase, all our kids have value. Also, Marilyn said, I love her name, right? Grace. It fits your beauty and your personality. I'm so proud you took something so negative into a positive, outpouring and educational. Amazing. Thank you. Keep reaching for the stars, Grace. You're an inspiration to everyone. I know she had to run off to work, but I hope she sees all this. Grace, you rock. I have a second cousin named Grace who has Down syndrome as well. She loves music and Prince, and she met Julianne Hough. Again, just getting them out there and meeting mentors. And then what's happening now, Megan, is the fact that she's becoming the role model. Absolutely. I don't know if you saw the video of the girl who ran into her at the airport.
I did.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah. It was so neat. The girl got off of the plane and then happened to see Grace, and she follows her on Instagram, and she's like, it's you. And right. I mean, what that had to have meant to her of, oh my gosh, like somebody wants to take pictures with me. But that's what we want to happen next Thursday.
Absolutely. And again, I think, Grace is such an incredible role model for people of all ages, just the resiliency that she's shown and the barriers that she's broken, being the first to do a lot of things, but reaching a hand and lifting up others to be the next. And that's what I think is so special about her.
Absolutely. So again, here is the Kendra Scott location. As Megan said, if you are familiar with Plaza Frontenac, right next to Canyon Cafe. It's a stunning store, by the way. And
yes.
You see in the background that there is a color bar. I mentioned I wanted you to tell us a little bit more about the color bar. For those that have never been in, explain that to everybody.
Yes, at the color bar, you can customize your own jewelry. So you become the jewelry designer and you can pick the piece, the metal, the stone. We have a ton of options. So sometimes people are like, show me everything. And sometimes people are saying, give me some options. I got to narrow it down. But we set it for you. It takes just a few minutes. So you have a custom designed piece. In just a few minutes, you get to take home that day. And it's something I love for gifts because you get to say, I designed this for you. I chose this for you. Maybe it's a stone that means something special to you or a color that means something special to you. But jewelry is so personal. And so being able to personalize it in that way is a lot of fun.
That was my favorite. So I did not know that you did that. When I went in and we were talking, and I'll show a little closer the pieces that I'm wearing. I love these earrings. Now, I didn't do the actual customized side with these. They're already done beautifully by all of those behind Kendra Scott because they knew that these were perfect pieces. But when the ladies were showing me the color bar, they said, do you like a particular color? And I said, I'm known for blue. And she's like, oh, let's show you this new color. So we picked some pieces that I'm going to wear at an event that I'm emceeing this weekend that will really, really stand out. And then they were telling me that what's become very, very popular on TikTok, the girls are taking the bracelets and then kind of, doubling them up. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So some of our stretch bracelets that you can layer. So we see a lot of girls and women of all ages kind of coming in and doing a friendship bracelet moment. So coming in, maybe they're all picking the same stone, maybe they're picking the same bracelet and getting a stone or a color that's personal to them. But then you can layer those bracelets up. And I think that kind of arm party or bracelet stack is very trendy. And it's a lot of fun. And I think to be able to have the memory of like, oh, I designed this with my best friends, or I went out with my girlfriends and, we had a fun night at Kendra Scott, makes it even more special.
Yes, I love it. An arm party.
Yeah.
So yes, that's the thing. You can go in and just be drawn to a particular piece or customize it for your moms and your grandmas. Again, Mother's Day, it's going to creep up really, really quick. So we're trying to get ahead of the game for you and warn you that it's going to be here before you know it. So the perfect opportunity will be for you next Thursday. We would love to see you from 4 to 6. I'm going to be doing the show live from there from 4 to 5. So we'll sit down. We'll talk a little bit more with Grace and Linda. We'll get a chance to talk to those that are behind Kendra Scott. And then hopefully all of you, we might have you even be part of the broadcast and then have you pop in. Some sips and just a whole lot of fun to give back. If they cannot be there, Megan, in person and be able to purchase, and then the 20% proceeds go to the Special Olympics, they can also shop online, right?
Yes. So we will have a give back code that you can put on our website. So same place you put a coupon code, and it'll be giveback-grace24. So we'll make sure you all have those details. But on May 2nd and 3rd, you'll be able to shop online and donate 20% of your purchase. So if you can't make it in, you can still give back to this awesome cause.
Fantastic. So opportunities for you to get something beautiful yourself, for your friends, for your family, for mothers, and then to be able to give back. I love that. And when I went in, I also saw that there's a big thing going on right now with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I saw that sitting on the front. So there's giving back by Kendra in so many facets.
Absolutely. And I would, encourage anyone watching as well. If there's a cause that's close to your heart, please reach out to us. We'd love to partner. We'd love to give back to you. And so we host give back events 7 days a week, sometimes more than one. And truly. So if there is a cause that's close to your heart, please reach out. You can go to kendrascott.com/philanthropy or connect with our store at Plaza Frontenac or in the Central West End.
I mean, really, where does Kendra want to go from here? She's done so much in 2+ decades. What else is on the barometer?
I think it's so fun to be around Kendra. I think she's always got ideas kind of brewing. So we introduced our Texas-inspired brand, Yellow Rose by Kendra Scott last year. So that's been growing and kind of seeing some exciting things from that. But I think one of the things being with the brand for quite some time is just there's always creativity and innovation happening. And I think a lot of it comes from our customer. So what do they want? What are they looking for? And how can we kind of meet that need?
And I love how she listens to the customer. That's a big part of what I do on this show. I always ask, what do you want to see? Who do you want to have on? What are we doing that you want to see more of? What are we doing that you don't want to see anymore? Right?
Yeah.
Really, really listening and have your finger on the pulse of what the community is wanting. I'm super excited. Megan, when you do come back into St. Louis, you'll have to let you know because you are a pleasure and we'd love to meet you in person as well.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it's good to be home in a way.
Absolutely. So one more time, this is next week. We would love for you to meet Grace and Linda and myself. It's going to be at the Kendra Scott location at Plaza Frontenac, shopping for good. I mean, getting absolutely beautiful jewelry and then being able to give back. So from 4 until 6 p.m., let's show Grace just how much we love her and have a huge line coming out of Plaza Frontenac. What we want you to do is share this right now with as many people as you possibly can and let them know that Grace is going to be there. Thank you so much for taking some time with us this morning. I really appreciate it. And I'm so excited to be a part of this collaboration with you.
Thank you so much, Monica. We're thrilled as well.
All right, everybody, stay tuned. We're going to have more of the show and talk about maybe you looking at your own life. And if anybody's ever said that you can't do something, I want you to tell us how you have broken through those barriers. And in the last 20 minutes, let's talk about changes that have been made in life and how the world is now better because you believed in yourself. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, it's Monica Adams. Thank you so much for following along with The Real Monica Adams Show since we launched back in March. But I wanted to let you know there's so much more that I could do with you, your business, your corporation. Did you know that I'm a motivational speaker all around the world, as well as an MC and an auctioneer? So if you have an event, maybe a nonprofit organization, and you want to book me, just shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Personal training, life coaching, and styling as well. info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com.
Hey, The Real Monica Adams listeners. This is Abby Stallschmidt. You may know me as an electric violinist who has performed with various bands in the area, and I'm excited to personally invite you to my premiere at the Sheldon Concert Hall on June 5th at 8 p.m. You'll hear my new symphonic rock music as well as classic rock and pop covers, all backed by a string orchestra, full band, and multiple guest instrumentalists and vocalists throughout the night. It's truly going to be an awesome time. Head on over to metrotix.com or the Sheldon Concert Hall to get your tickets for the Dream Machine concert on June 5th at 8 p.m. I cannot wait to see you there.
Well, and the Real Monica Adams team will be there. I hope you will as well. We always give you opportunities to come and see us, meet us, tell us more about what you've loved about this show. I love all the different guests that we have had an opportunity to have on, and Grace, there's so much about her that gives me chills. I'm going to look at the comments that have been coming in. Tell me what her message meant to you. And I promise to show this beautiful piece that I picked up yesterday. That is not the customized. It's the Y necklace that they have in one of the new colors. But don't you love these earrings? Aren't they gorgeous? I was drawn to them right away. My birthstone is for March. It is aquamarine. So I originally went in and I saw those and I was like, I think I like these. I like these. I mean, it's like a kid in a candy store at a Kendra Scott store, but they're so pretty and they've got kind of that lighter blue aquamarine color. So these are Kendra Scott, and I can't wait to wear the new Kendra Scott pieces with my new dress when I am emceeing the Care STL Gala. That's coming up on Friday at the Four Seasons Hotel. And what I love about that, again, you talk about believing. So this is their inaugural gala, and they thought, well, maybe we'll have 150 people. They had such a huge response that they had to open it up to another 50. They had a huge response to that. They opened it up another. So 250, I think they were going to max it out at 300. There might be some tickets left here just a couple of days before the gala. If you want to give back to the doggies and be able to pay it forward, and the belief of taking a city pound and turning it into a no-kill shelter, well, that's what they've done at Care STL. I'm going to be co-emceeing with Julie Tristan. You know Julie, hopefully, from her Y98 years, and now she's the host of her own show on KZK. So proud of her. She spreads kindness and does a kindness segment on a regular basis. So she's going to be the main MC, but she wanted a little help with the auctioneering, and that's something that I absolutely love to do, raising money organization. So we're going to do that on Friday night. That's coming up. So I mentioned some opportunities besides getting a chance to meet us next Thursday. If you have any questions about that, let me know. Also, tell me how many of you can come by. Even if you can't purchase anything for yourself, it's at least to show Grace how much you love the belief in herself and how much you love Linda for supporting her. I know I saw some of those comments coming in. If you're new to the show, this is what I want to always do. Make sure that I give a shout out to every one of you because you matter to me. I know your value. I know the time, how important. That's one of the biggest things in life. It's not all about the material things. It's not at all about the material things. It's about time spent together. It's the memories that we create together, is it not? So you think about how someone makes you feel. Well, you all make me so, so proud that what we're doing is what you're looking for, that you want to start your day with incredible guests like what we've had today over the last several months, the last year. It's you telling me, I want to hear more from this person or that person. Or if you have a particular guest that you love, we would love to have them back on and do kind of a follow-up or a check-in with them. If there are any, let me know right now because we're getting ready for some of our big shows. We have a 300th show coming up next Wednesday. And we still have an opportunity, by the way, if you would like us to celebrate that 300th show at your business or at a business of someone that you know. It could be a coffee shop. It could be a breakfast place. I don't care. It could be a boutique. Anybody, they might want to open up their store a little early to shine the light on them and be the backdrop of our 300th show. If you know of someone, do me a favor. I'll put my email up on the screen. Reach out to us. This is for topics. This is for guests. This is if somebody wants to be a sponsor of the show on a monthly basis, or maybe they just want to do a mobile Monica. They want to do a recorded beautiful business spotlight. All those opportunities are there for you. There's the email right there on the screen for you. So we also have some big shows coming up as we get into the month of May. We're talking about preparing for Mother's Day. And then on Mother's Day, I'd love to see you at the Farmers and Artisans Market. It's going to be in the Pantera's parking lot, if you know where that is, off of Highway 70 and K. We'll be there from 10 a.m. until noon, but they open at 9 a.m. and they go into the afternoon. So I'm sure we'll be there for a while. I would love to meet you and your mom. We're challenging that as well. Even if it's just a few minutes and say, Monica, I just want to come by because you were challenging us to bring our moms to meet your mom. Let's take as many pictures as we possibly can that day, create a nice little collage that we can share on the show on Monday morning after Mother's Day. Again, I know a lot of you head off to church with your moms, or maybe you go to brunch with your mom, or maybe mom's coming over to your house or vice versa. But even if you can just take a handful of minutes, I'd love for you to spend more time with us and support the vendors and give back as they have created so much in their artisan aspect. There's going to be doggies there. Maybe you want to adopt a dog. Diamonds in the Rough will be there with some of their puppies and their adult dogs. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, that's on May 12th. I'll run through some other things, but let's look at comments of what it meant to you for that message that Grace and Linda provided, because they'll get a chance to watch this show more in depth later. She had to go off to work, and I love that. She believed in herself that she could work, and they are giving her more and more and more to do, which I love. Follow her, by the way, on social media. She will just light up your world. Julie Purcell, good morning. Kathleen, good morning. Rose, good morning. Julie Purcell, by the way, said Saturday is my birthday. Maybe it won't rain on her day. So happy birthday early, Julie. Marilyn Westenberger, we love you. And I think Kathy Kilo Peterson would want to sponsor this segment. Don't you think so? Because she's all about love and kindness and giving back to the world. I believe that she would want to be the main sponsor of today's beautiful segment. Kathy Kilo Peterson, have you called her yet? Here's the biggest thing I have to stress to all of you. If you want this show to go forward, when I introduce you to a sponsor, I need you to do all that you possibly can. If it's not you, it's family or friends, that you support our sponsors. That if I talk about a State Farm agent, right away you should know the branding we've done is, yes, that's KKP. She's giving good aspects to the world, just like Monica is. Again, people align with our mission that are on this show. kkilo.com. Reach out to her at 636-561-6460. And it's levels of things that maybe you don't think about. Yes, right away you think, oh, okay, they'll take care of my home. Well, I already have an agent. I know. She said, though, if you reach out to her, just let her look at your policy, and she may be able to tell you right away, well, this is what's missing, or you don't need this coverage. Let me save you some money. Jim did just that and said, all right, Kathy, here's our policy. And he came back and said, she is saving us. And I mean this because, everything out of my mouth is honest and real. She is saving us hundreds of dollars every single month. So she can do the same for you. I don't know what you're waiting for. Invita Health and Wellness, of course, our title sponsor. Have you been to them yet? I know that there's some people that have reached out to me over the last week and said, we're going in for IV therapy. We're going in for an IPL. We're going in for hydrofacials. There's one particular person that just reached out to me, and I'm so excited to tell this story after he goes through this. He's doing the ketamine for trauma to his body, physically and mentally. And then we have a woman who's going through cancer treatments right now that's going to Invita for the mistletoe therapy. That's my special thanks to you, that you listen to me say, hey, they're sponsoring us. They are giving their hard-earned money. We know their value. We want you to support them. And one of our newest that I really want you to reach out to, I've been told there are a few of you that have gone, but we need the masses to go to Mid-America Spine and Rehab. Dr. Sean Neary is on with us every Monday. And so many people have told me that they love our Medical Monday segments for so many reasons. You get aha moments of the pain that you've been enduring that you don't need to be walking around with. You get educated. This past Monday was absolutely one of my favorite shows with Dr. Sean, because we were talking about pregnancy and we were talking about babies being adjusted. If you didn't see that show, you got to watch it. The youngest is 3 days old that he adjusted. And immediately, because you think about the way the baby's all torqued as mom is carrying the baby for 9 months and then comes out and you expect them to be all straight up and down and ready to go. No. So he adjusted them and the baby was able to nurse right away. It was a really beautiful thing, but so much was learned in that show. So what I need you to do is not walk around in pain any longer. Please reach out to Mid-America Spine and Rehab. Call Dr. Shaw and tell them, you know what? I've been meaning to get in. I need to make my appointment. If it's not you, tell a friend or a family member, hey, Monica has this great chiropractor that I need you to go to. And I want you to, again, support them, because if you want this show to last for years and years to come, we've got to support those that support us. Please understand that. Marilyn said a very happy birthday to Julie. Hope for great weather. Michelle Cardosi, good morning. Sean, Linda Eckert, Leona, hi. And we talked earlier about, again, the message that Grace had and following Grace on Instagram, on Facebook, coming out and understanding what her Grace effect is all about. Let's talk to her about that next Thursday. Julie Fabian says, good morning to you. InView Model and Talent, by the way, is run by our beautiful manager, Lori Stahlschmidt. Her dream and her belief in knowing that she could shine the light on some really amazing people. So she is the one that's representing Grace. She said, we are so excited to see this, and everyone on the show this morning. We couldn't be more proud to represent this amazing model. Good morning, Amelia, Pamela. Thank you, Grace, for what you're doing. You are an inspiration to so many people. It warms all of the hearts of the people that are watching this morning. Kathleen said, what a beautiful message from Grace. Again, Kendra Scott, next Thursday. I'm excited for this one. We're going to have fun. I mean, you know, I love fashion. I love beauty and all aspects of beauty of the world. And it's beauty inside and out, right? The most beautiful people in the world are the ones that have the kindest hearts. Grace, we love you. Keep reaching for the stars. Let me look at some of them that we didn't get a chance to get to yet. Mid-America Spine, Dr. Sean's watching, said, what a wonderful, amazing little girl. She's an inspiration. Dot said, what a blessing Grace and Linda are to the community. Agree with those. So beautiful, Kathy says. Oh my goodness, Grace is a beautiful girl. Thank you for introducing us to her. You're welcome. And I have to thank Lori for introducing me to her. Again, that's the thing. If you have people that you want us to feature on the show that we don't know about, just email me. Let me know. I love to be introduced to incredible human beings. That's what the show's about, shining the spotlight. Everyone has a story to tell, and I'm here to tell those stories. Tammy says, I love this. Good morning to Lisa. So awesome. Thank you, Kendra Scott, right? And everyone for all you do. That's from Stephanie. Lisa, do they have gift certificates? Of course. 100%. Yes. Come in and get a gift certificate for yourself, for moms, for your friends, for your family, for your coworkers, for your enemies, to make them happier. Julie Fabian said beautiful earrings. Right? Let me show you again, because people are signing in second by second. You wear those well. Well, thank you, Marilyn. I just think they've, that's the other thing is, if you don't know what's best for you, ask them, because they will help frame your face. Luann Petrie loved to see Grace. She is living proof you can do anything you dream you can do. What a wonderful message. Stephanie said, Grace inspires everyone to do anything you want. And what I also want you to do is tell us what you have done in life that someone thought you couldn't do. Let's share those things here in the last 10 minutes. Lisa said she loves those earrings. You can get them for yourself. They're there. Good morning, Tony. What about for those of us whose moms are in here spiritually, no longer physically? Well, give it to an adopted mom. Right? My mother is here, but my father's not. So on Father's Day, I'm always giving love to all of my friends' parents that are still around. So do that, Lisa. If you don't have your mom any longer, adopt a mother. Think about somebody that has inspired you as a role model, because that's a form of a mother as well. Think about those things. Michelle's doing an incredible job, by the way, dropping everything in of what we have coming up. So be sure to look at those. She always helps you along, so you're not having to Google. She drops the links in for you. Marilyn says, absolutely. This would be loving, a beautiful story for our agency. We love our clients. Visit our website to see the incredible team. She's, of course, with Kathy Kilo Peterson, and we adore all of them. Julie said, I just messaged you, Marilyn. Okay, Julie Purcell. There's another one coming to Kathy Kilo Peterson to find out the wonderful things that she can do for you. And again, saving you big money. So does anybody want to share any aspect of either you, maybe it's somebody in your family, maybe it's one of your dear friends that have been told they can't do something, and then tell us, because we always want to see how they overcame. So you look at the hardship and people are always looking for what happens. What's the story that's happened that they overcame, that they came out of someone not believing in them, because that's really what today's message has been about. Grace was on our show to show you that you can be anything you want to be, but you also have to have the support around you. And that's where Linda came into play. Linda was there. And I want you to look into that story. If you look up the Grace Effect, you'll be able to see a video that was done. And it talked about that really difficult, hard day when Grace just cried and cried because these kids were so ignorant. I'm not even going to shine the light on what that story was. You can read it on your own. I wanted to show how she overcame that, but it was a really rough day and these kids were mean. And we talk a lot about kids being the worst bullies. And a lot of it is, though, they're so ignorant in they don't know. They don't know any better. And this is where it starts at home. Parents, you need to teach and spread the word of kindness, that your kids need to be kind to everyone that they meet. It doesn't matter what they look like. It doesn't matter how they sound. It doesn't matter how they speak. It doesn't matter how they walk. You don't look at those kids and lash out at them and bully them, because you could really damage their spirit. And they could possibly be so frozen in time that that type of mental abuse prevents them from becoming this beautiful soul that they could become. But that's not what happened with Grace. See, Grace is the other side of that story. Grace shows you the possibilities, not a disability. She has the ability to believe, dream, and become. And Linda was her support system. And it just gives me chills to show I can do this. She believed, Linda believed in her, and Linda's right there by her side saying, you dream. You want to become the president of the United States? We'll get you the president of the United States. We can have you be whatever you want. Wouldn't we love her to be, by the way? It would be so much better if we had that kind of kindness in the office and not the horrible negative aspects of politics. We need someone like that. We need more kindness in office. Lisa says, coming by for Mother's Day to see you and thank your mom. I'll adopt your mom, Jackie. A lot of people asked if they can adopt my mom. Go ahead. That's what I was referring to. I love your response to those who have been mother figures. Yes. Sweet. Let's see. Does she quote health insurance as well? Supplemental. Yes. Abby. Yes. I want you, your mom, you can all call her. Marilyn, if you want to. Oh, there we go. Marilyn, she said, sorry, just supplemental. Thank you, Abby. See you at your concert. Will you do a meet and greet that evening? There we go. Abby, if you're still on. I know she does supplemental life insurance and then home insurance, auto insurance. Again, if you don't have a incredible connection to your agent, this is why we're saying, why not switch? I mean, we were with a broker, didn't even know who the heck was running things for us. And we would just get a phone call of, okay, now you're changed to this person. Now you're changed to that person. When you have the things like the tornadoes that we're talking about over the last several weeks, or what could come with the weather. Let me give you the weather again, because we said it at the beginning. So we'll say it at the end for you. Today, beautiful sunshine. We have 70 degrees expected today. Started off in the upper 40s, a lot of fog that should be lifting if it hasn't lifted already. We'll be in the 60s tomorrow, but we'll have Beckett, our aspiring meteorologist, come back on with us on Friday, because Friday is a weather watch day, morning and possibly evening, 2 possible bouts of severe weather that we could be dealing with. And then maybe on Sunday, another hit of that. There's going to be rain all weekend, but Saturday's not the worst of the days. It's going to be Friday and Sunday. So we're going to be out at that CARE STL gala. I'm sure that if the weather comes and starts to try to affect us, that we will take cover. I'm hoping that it won't. I'm hearing more maybe in the morning from the way it's looking right now, but obviously, as you know, weather constantly changes. So we could have 2 bouts to that. So just be weather aware as you head into the weekend. Let me think about other things that are coming up for you that I want to run through. Well, tomorrow, let's just say this. For those of you that don't know, we also have a podcast besides our talk show. On Thursdays, it is the recorded component of the audio side. So you get to receive and just hear the message instead of being distracted by pictures, maybe in video and watching. Some of these have been I should say all of them. They've been incredible shows, but Michelle said she has loved so much going back and audio editing, because she listens to the show and she hears a message that maybe she missed, because there's so much work she's doing, dropping in all the comments for you, that she is enjoying going back and hearing the true message that I wanted in the show. Kind of like today. What was the message that you heard? Do you need to hear it again? Because many times we need to hear things over and over and over again before it really attaches itself to us. So Thursdays are our podcast on all of the audio podcast platforms. And tomorrow's Patrick Murphy, great interview we did just within the last couple of months. And that is about the 1904 World's Fair book that he has out. And some opportunities, by the way, that you can look up to meet him. He's been doing some book signings. That'll be on tomorrow's podcast. Next week, we'll be doing again the meet and greet at Plaza Frontenac at the Kendra Scott store. It's on the lower level. If you're familiar with Plaza Frontenac, it is right next to Canyon Cafe. I want to see you out there. Again, I want to see an incredible line of people that are there to support Grace, Linda, Kendra, all the philanthropic ways that Kendra has, and to give right there to the Special Olympics. So I hope, how many of you will be out there? I hope to see you. Please, let's show a huge support system for what they're doing and to give back to the Special Olympics. What an amazing organization. Next Thursday, 4 to 6. The live show, by the way, will be from 4 to 5. We also, in the month of May, have this Mobile Monica taking place. May 16th. I am actually getting ready to go over there in a few hours just to go through some last things and brainstorming for the fun we're going to have. This will be our first one, sitting out by a pool. Just Pools and Spas. It's on the West Outer Road in Arnold, Missouri. The exact address is 3987 West Outer Road. So if you or someone you know has always been dreaming of having their own pool, above ground, in ground, maybe it's a hot tub, maybe you just need chemicals, they're going to have a huge, and I do mean huge, like the prices that they're going to be knocking down are amazing for Memorial Weekend. So Madonna is the owner. Let's show her some love. We'll be there at 7 a.m. doing our show from Just Pools. I can't wait to kick back and enjoy a day just sitting by the pool. I'm hoping Mother Nature cooperates and is nice to us, since we're going to be outside just listening to the calmness of the water. But May is actually getting really, really booked. May and June. Here's what I want you to listen as we get ready to wrap up the show. These type of shows could be at your business or a friend's business. Again, how cool would it be for us to do our show live from your business? So as we go into May, we are going to have the Kendra Scott meet and greet on the 2nd from 4 to 6. We will then have Positive Talk Time, which is one of our regular Mobile Monica segments. That will actually be the 9th and the 23rd of May. Just Pools, again, on May 16th. The Farmers and Artisans Market, May 12th. That's the Mother's Day show I talked about. And then we're going to be at Firefly Grill on May 30th. That's in Chesterfield. My friend Christy, who, again, believed in herself. She worked as a waitress. She worked as a manager. She then had another restaurant. And when she got divorced, she, very easy to not believe in yourself anymore. Can I do this? She had the belief that she could open her own restaurant, and it's flourishing. She's doing so amazing. That is a gorgeous place that's down in the Chesterfield Valley. Phenomenal food. But I want to share the love of a female-owned business, the entrepreneurial spirit, and finding love again later in life. She said she truly has found her soulmate. Not only is May busy, but we've got June getting packed up as well. So if you are wanting our business as we get into summer to be at your business, you need to get a hold of us right away, because people are booking us. Sunset Overlook, by the way, Julie in Gold, she runs Sunset Overlook. That's going to be an evening show. Our first evening show will actually be wrapping up the show as the sun sets. And I hope it's a gorgeous sunset that day. Mark that on the calendar, June 13th from 7 to 8:30. These are just some of those that are coming up. And I've got some other ones in the works for July that I would like to, spread to you as well. But I want to get the final all the details worked out with those before we pass those along. But as you can see, with our regular shows we have, like Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, which will be taking place this afternoon at 4:00, the Positive Talk Time, we can have Medical Mondays, we can have regular segments that we can do together and be a part of giving back. Let's do that. Yes, Michelle, I know. And that's what I'm wrapping up with. Michelle, if you hear the ding, it's when Michelle's communicating with me throughout the show. So the last part I want to tell you about, I was talking with my friend Kasia Satars last night, and she and I are going to be holding this, Cultivating a Vision. It'll be part 5 on Thursday, May 9th. So that's coming up in just a couple of weeks. The ticket prices will go up after this Friday. And one of the things that Kasia and I talked about was putting the people that are in the initial rush of, I want to be there, in a drawing. And that's what we're going to do. So if you sign up to be a part of this, before ticket prices go up on Saturday, we're going to put you in a drawing for a free half-hour private session with she and I. That's priceless, by the way, because I don't even know what she charges for her life coaching. I know what I do. It's worth hundreds of dollars. Let's just put it that way. But you get both of us in a private 30-minute session, but only the people who have signed up already or sign up by this Friday will get an opportunity for that. The live class, which will have multiple people on, will be Thursday, May 9th. That's only $35. You get 2 coaches that will truly change your life. And I will say, anybody that's been on any of these, December, January, February, we did one again in the beginning of April, they've all said how life-changing it has been for them. You don't have to have been at the last 4. You're not behind. This is just when you show up, it's your time. And that's when God says it's ready for you. So 6 to 7:30 p.m. and it's multiple people on. I'm not saying like hundreds. I mean, it'd be great to see it grow to that, but it does give you the opportunity to receive. We want you to have no distractions. We want you to be there with a pen and paper in hand, maybe even a book, maybe you pick out words, maybe it's a magazine, you pick out pictures that you're drawn to. When you've heard about vision boards, we help you go through that. We teach you the art of breathing, like we talked about yesterday on the Healing Arts Center show with Tom Tessero. He said that's everything in life. Learning the art of breathing, meditation, clear mind. You want to see what your life is really meant for. Well, you've got to work on all those things. And we help you with those type of tools. Cultivating a Vision, again, coming up on Thursday, May 9th. But I can't stress enough. I see too many people wait to the last second and buy their tickets late. And I don't get that. Why do you want to spend more money? Again, know your value. I know how hard you work for your money. So there we go. Crystal, I was waiting for somebody who had been at it. She said it is so intimate and personal. I highly recommend it. Crystal joined with a friend of hers last month. And she said that there were so many emotions. She's like, I expected to get some things out of it, but I never expected to the level that it was. And Crystal, thank you so much, by the way, for your support of the show. Lisa says, great show today. I'm looking forward to watch from the beginning to see Grace's story. I always get so much value from you. Thank you, Monica, for your contributions. You're such a blessing, as are all of you. And I thank you again from the bottom of my heart for being a part of the show. A real quick jump over to Instagram to make sure I didn't meet anybody. Oh, Jana said she was watching from Belleville. Yes. And everybody else, let's see, don't want to miss any questions. Oh, let me say this real quick, and I hope I haven't missed it. I'm hoping that it was just a pre-sale. So I'm a huge fan of Teddy Swims. Anybody that knows me, I've been watching this guy for the last, I think, 3 or 4 years. A lot of people didn't know about him. Now the whole world does. He has the song Lose Control that everybody's listening. I keep hearing it on Y98. I love the fact that he's made the mainstream radio media. Well, he's coming to the factory, folks. I saw this, that he's going to be out of the country for his tour. Didn't know that he was starting up another North American leg. He is, and he's going to be at multiple locations. He's going to be at the factory in St. Louis. I don't know if tickets went on sale yesterday and they're already gone, because when I went and looked last night, there were like single tickets. I'm hoping that was just a pre-sale. I'm going to look into it deeper and see if tickets are going to go on sale on Friday. I hope so, because I cannot miss his concert. I went and traveled to see him in Birmingham, Alabama a couple of years ago. He was incredible. So his venues, by the way, are starting to get bigger and bigger. He was in St. Louis on Halloween 2 years ago at a location I've never even heard of. I was like, that's in St. Louis? Well, now he's at the Factory, which is a wonderful location, wonderful venue in Chesterfield. He's going to be there, and that's coming up later in September. Also in September, I heard this morning, Pitbull is coming again at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Have you ever seen him? Another one of my favorites. You want to talk about moving and had just probably never sitting down in your seat. My friend Sherry and I went and saw him, I think 2 years ago. And so he's back. So there's a couple of things for you in the news you can use. When it comes to music, I always want to be on the pulse of, hey, you want to go see this person. I'll tell you who are some of my favorites. And if you have a great artist or a band you want us to see, you can always drop those in as well. Music motivates me. Music calms me, my soul. Michelle probably just tagged Teddy. I've been trying to get Teddy on this show. There are some big artists, big actors. Julia Roberts is still on my list. Jennifer Aniston is on my list. I have had an interaction with Michael Bublé where he held my hand and sang to me at a concert, but I'd love to interview Michael Bublé. But these are some people that if anybody has contacts with, I've got to get them on my show. My team is working so beautiful behind the scenes, and we have a new person that's joined our team, and that is my beautiful friend, Todd Michaels. He's been one of my best friends for 20 years, and he's now working with us in Las Vegas. trying to get more sponsors on, trying to get more mobile Monicas, trying to spread the kindness again with more and more people around the world. Let's hold a Monica Maniac concert series. Crystal needs to be a part of the team. You got some great ideas. Pitbull, by the way, I met when I was on a press junket in Los Angeles a year plus ago. So I at least had an interaction with him, but would love to interview him as well. I love him so much. Marilyn said, I love Michael Bublé. He is an amazing entertainer. I think I've seen him 7 times. So as many times as he comes back, I will have my butt in his seat to be entertained by him. He's really, really great. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. Again, today is going to be one of the best days for you. Gorgeous sunshine, and get out, enjoy it, have lunch outside, maybe happy hour, dinner, whatever you can do. But just remember, have the umbrella on hand this weekend because it's going to be a rough one. We've got some pretty serious weather coming in on Friday and on Sunday. I will see some of you, I hope, this afternoon. We're going to shine the spotlight on Defiance Ridge Vineyards for a little wine drinking. He was thinking of maybe doing a red reserve, or I believe he said maybe their Vidal Blanc, or maybe a sparkling. I think he's going to surprise me, but that's at 4:00. If you're not familiar with it, we started that last year and have a lot of fun. We educate you on some wines and spirits. They've got a Mexican dinner series coming up, by the way, at Defiance Ridge that you might want to be at. That's coming up in May. So check out their website. But yeah, I look forward to having that. That's this afternoon. Vidal Blanc, a reserve red blend, or a new Brut sparkling. So I don't know. It's going to be a surprise of what we talk about later this afternoon. So we'll see you. Bubbly Sparkling Water Canada, we need you as a sponsor. Yes, Michael Bublé and Bubbly Water. We've been trying that for a while, but I stopped giving them plugs because every time I talk about them, you guys are probably buying them at their store. They're getting free publicity. Kathy Anselmo, let me end with this. That beautiful spirit saw myself, my husband, and my mom at Pad Thai, and by the way, I'm glad to give them a free plug. What an amazing restaurant. They are regularly packed. If you've never been, they're in South County off Tesson Ferry. Amazing food. I get level 5, but I love really spicy food. Well, all of a sudden our waitress comes over, and this is a beautiful way for us to wrap up the show. Our waitress comes over and says, I wanted to give this to you. On the back of the receipt, it said, "Be kind," from a loyal viewer. And I'm looking around trying to figure out who it was. And I remember seeing a picture of Kathy. And then Kathy was actually on one of our Cultivating a Vision shows. And, you see all the little Zoom boxes, so you can't really see the person clearly. And I looked at my husband and I said, I think that's Kathy. And sure enough, we were right. I went over to the table as we were leaving and I said, can you do me a favor and finish this phrase? In a world where you can be anything. And she said, be kind. And she's like, what? What did I do? And I said, you didn't have to do that. And she said, I know I didn't, but I wanted to. She picked up our lunch that day. Was it not so amazing? Kathy, you're so kind. And to each, every one of you, those simple gestures go a long, long way. So Kathy, from the bottom of my heart, my husband, my mom, we all appreciate that so much. Thank you for paying it forward. To all of you, that is the message. Know your value and be kind. God bless you all.